so you know whatever it is that you most need to know at this time. So I will begin this reading with some energy oracle cards, just to see any overall messages that they want to give you about what may be coming up in the reading. And then we'll proceed with a Celtic cross spread, which should give us some information. So, okay, Michael, what do you have for the Cancerians that will be seeing this reading, please? We have the first chakra, Archangel Michael. So it's all about the root chakra at the moment. And I've got attachment poking out at me. So the root chakra, which is the first chakra. So at the moment, if you're into color therapy and things like that, maybe wearing red or listening to root chakra balancing solfeggio tracks might be of benefit to you. So, okay. And then we have number 5, attachment. So attachment to masks, attachments to people, places, and things may have made us feel a certain way at a certain time. That kind of thing. Anything else I can do from this deck? Nope. That is all. Okay. Right, so we shall move straight into your Celtic cross spread. Because the Celtic cross reading actually gives a lot of information. And so that might be beneficial for this kind of message. So, just a few little disclaimers while I'm shuffling. When I am talking about masculine and feminine energies, they can be the energies within you. They can also be in regards to people that you are dealing with. It could be a male person that is behaving more feminine in their traits. And also anything that I say in this reading can be vice versa. It doesn't have to be you that I'm talking about. It could be the person that you're dealing with. And I think we all know that timing is not linear and things happen as they're meant to. So, a Celtic cross spread. The main issue here is the King of Cups. This is your card, Cancer. This is about you being in your masculine traits, but being your stable, balanced, loving self, because Cancerians and water signs are generally quite loving and emotional human beings. So this card is actually kind of perfect because it depicts the chaotic seas around you, but your emotions are very much balanced. You're holding that cup very straight and all is well in Cancer's life, kind of thing. However, there could be chaos around you. So, next, the challenge. We have Justice, Major Arcana. So, the wheels of justice turning in your favor, I just heard. So, I'll paste that how it fits in your life. The underlying issue, 10 of Swords, being backstabbed, betrayed, left for dead by those that you have put your faith in, your time, love, energy. Recent past, we have the card of communication, backwards and forwards communication. This can be electronic communication, text messages, phone calls, anything like that. Then, what's crowning this reading is the Death card, the card of endings and transformations. It's like the phoenix rising from the ashes type of energy. Okay, immediate future, next steps. Looking after one's own interests at any cost, but also avoiding the narcissists and the manipulators in your life as well. Then how you're approaching the situation, you are standing your ground, knowing your worth, knowing why you were involved in the situation in the first place. It's almost this understanding of everything happens for a reason. So regardless of how anything is turning out or may have turned out, you know that everything happens as it should. So in your environment, the Knight of Swords, a messenger of truth, I just heard. So somebody has been through a lot that wants to fly in and tell you something. This could be you wanting to tell somebody else a piece of your mind, a piece of your truth, because the Knight of Swords has been through a lot of transformations and a lot of changes, and they're learning to honor their own truth. So maybe this could be about you feeling this spurring on in your soul to sort of start speaking your truth and doing what you need to do, and whether this is in regards to one particular person or in general. In the hopes and fears, we have strength. So hoping for enough strength to survive what is to come. Okay, and then the final outcome, Knight of Wands. I feel like passionate, fiery energy. A go-getter, someone that's creating something in the physical world, but he has something to tell the world, and he's been through a bit too. So I really feel like it's almost like this Knight of Swords energy has transitioned to the Knight of Wands energy in regards to you and how you're approaching things and how you're taking things in life at the moment. So, bottom of the deck energy is the Nine of Pentacles. So you are obviously very much comfortable in your own world, happily single and abundant, running your own show, doing what you need to do for your own life, not answering to anybody, basically. So I'll just place that there. I'm going to pull a few clarifiers for this spread because I always have to have more information. So, okay, I need my clarifiers. So with the King of Cups being the main issue here, it's about you honoring your truth and being your authentic self. You know, in your masculine energies, you're the warrior, the leader, the provider, the go-getter. Yeah. So it's almost like, even if you're a single female I'm talking to, or a male, it's like you being the king of your domain, the leader of your world, basically. Like being a master manifestor and creating your own reality. But at the same time, sort of standing in your own personal power and your truth, whatever that may look like for you. Okay? So, let's pull the clarifier for the King of Cups anyway. What do you have to add to the King of Cups? Wow. Okay, so we have the Fool card and the Moon card. Interesting. Okay, the Moon's not it. Okay, so the Fool card is the clarifier. So it's almost like you taking a leap of faith into having this belief in yourself that you really are the king of your own castle and that you can make this happen. So I feel like this is actually in regards to something where you're either having to completely detach and step away from friends, family, or maybe even a work sort of situation, or you're having to sort of like branch out and put yourself out there. Possibly. Maybe you're trying to start a business. Maybe you're trying to sort of put yourself out there because you're in the healing arts, something like that. But that is a good combination of cards. Okay, let's clarify the Justice card, please. Okay, what's this Justice about? Justice card. So Justice is about, can be about legal system. It can be about actually going to court. So this could be in regards to some sort of legal proceedings for some of you. Could be in regards to getting justice in a situation where you may have been offering love to someone, a friend, a family member, something like that. Maybe you saw that they were going through a hard time and you reached out a friendly, a compassionate ear and a friendly hand, and it was shut down. It was met with suspicion rather than acceptance, kind of thing. So I really feel like this Justice card, which is the challenge, is actually getting justice in this situation where the love that you offered in the situation or what you brought to the table was not seen, appreciated, or valued for what it was. So let's move on to the underlying subconscious issue here. Ten of Swords, can I clarify this, please? So this is also in your subconscious, yeah? Ten of Swords, putting an end to a situation. So whatever this situation was, whoever it was that made you feel backstabbed and betrayed, you know it's come to an end, but it's almost like in your subconscious there's a battle between the acceptance of what is and the desire to have it. It's like you know that certain situations aren't good for you, but you can't help it. You find yourself in a dynamic where you get caught up or you get involved, and the compassionate side of you is like, oh, I'll help, blah, 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 blah. However, the challenge is to get the justice in not being valued, yeah? So by sacrificing yourself and putting yourself out there for these people again and again and again, you're not going to get that validation or that appreciation that you really deserve. Okay. So I feel like in the subconscious, you really do realize that it's over, but it's almost like this, whatever this person or this situation has put you through has created like trauma for you. It has created parts of your own shadow aspect, which Because if you look at this card very, very, very carefully, there is actually a person in the mirror in the background. So it's almost like your shadow is creeping around, looking at you. I'm not sure if you can see that, but she's holding a candle to her face, and she's hiding there. So it's almost like it's created a lot of shadow aspects, the kind of trauma and the pain that you've been through. So even healing from this, whatever this situation was, is a long and slow process. It literally killed a part of you. Like, this is the death card, and I feel like I can see a person that's sort of lying on the floor dead. So it's interesting how it's a literal sort of that situation killed a part of you. So what's in the recent past, Michael? What's with this communication? Or is that right? Card next one. Okay, I can do my clarify the Eight of Wands for you. So Eight of Wands is about communication, back and forth communication. So whoever this person is that has betrayed you and done the wrong thing in the past has been speaking to you in the recent past, or has been communicating either with you or people in your life. And it's because they're mourning the loss of you. Okay, literally, this is about grieving loss, mourning the loss of lost love. Okay, so maybe they've sort of reached out to you and are expressing the fact that they miss their friend, they miss hanging out, they miss being in your life, something like that. But I will call one more clarifier, myself. What else is this Eight of Wands about? There's got to be more to the story than just mourning. Okay. Too many cards. Okay. 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 Put them back. I think remember what else do we have for the Eight of Wands and Five of Cups combination? Can you tell me about that situation? I think that's our card. The Knight of Wands. Yeah. You're constantly battling this person. Whoever this person is, it's almost like they like the fight that is involved in trying to get you back. I'm not sure how that sort of makes sense, but it's almost like this person has made you feel drained and depleted and exhausted in the past, and they miss you and they miss doing that to you. That's, sorry to say it, but that is literally what I am getting from these cards. So not a happy dynamic, not a pretty dynamic, but I think in your intuition is kind of telling you that okay, there's slightly more than meets the eye, and hey, remember how drained we are and how tired we get from dealing with this situation because it's the same old, same old. Like, they did not see our worth in the first place, yeah? So, like, going back to the fact that the challenge in this reading is getting justice in regards to not being valued or appreciated, not having your worth seen by this person, whether this is an employer or whether it's a friend or a family member or a partner, whatever it may be. If you'd like justice in not being seen, then easily returning back into this person's life is not necessarily going to be it. That's why the leap of faith is required in you having value in yourself and remembering that you are your own divine masculine or feminine. You're the leader of your own reality. You're the creator of your own destiny. Okay? So now let's move on to the Death card. What was the crowning reading as the hopes, dreams, and best possible outcome. So literally, I'm getting the best thing that can happen is you bury the hatchet and walk away from this dynamic, because this is not going to be healthy for you. But let us get some clarifiers. Okay, Michael, clarify the Death card, please. Wow. Knight of Swords and the Page of Wands. Oh gosh. Okay, this is why. Okay, the situation needs to come to an end after you have spoken your truth, and this is why this person's circling back around. Okay, because this is an opportunity for you to authentically and lovingly, from a place of truth, express yourself. Because this person has not changed. This is still the player energy, okay? There's a Page of Wands. Okay, it is a messenger, a very fiery, passionate messenger. This person obviously has very, very strong feelings for you. However, the best possible outcome is that you speak your truth and walk away and let this situation rest. Because they're still the little immature player. Like, yes, they're enthusiastic. They like the chase. They like the thrill of the chase. They like the whole adventure part of the early parts of the connection, but I don't feel like they have any lasting power, basically. Okay, so let's move off in the immediate future next steps. Okay, Namaste, the Five of Swords. Sorry, Seven of Swords. So the Seven of Swords is very narcissistic energy. This is what I'm saying. This person has not changed. I feel like you're just going to cut the same narcissism in the immediate future from this person that you have in the past. What does Michael have to say about that? Wow. So it's like the narcissist card, the one that, manipulates, controls, lies, doesn't really care about other people's feelings or other people's values. They'll just travel over all of that and take what they want, regardless of how anybody feels about that. There's still a player energy about this because you've got the Three of Cups. I believe there might be a desire for reconciliation, but there's still a player energy here because Three of Cups is about reconciliation. So I feel like there is a desire here, but this is still a narcissist who is still a player, who still has their options open. But I believe the approach that they're going to have with you is they believe that you two can connect and build something wonderful together, and maybe create some sort of business venture where both of you can benefit financially, and it'll be wonderful. And because you're such good friends and you have a connection from the past, it would be great, etc. But I'm being told to put 2 more clarifiers on this because this could get complicated. 2 more clarifiers for the Seven of Swords. So we have Judgment card and the Eight of Pentacles. Wow. Okay. For some of you, you might give this person another chance because this is what I feel like they want. However, remember that a narcissist and a leopard do not change their spots overnight. Okay. So some of you may give this person another chance, but the warning is it's going to take a lot of hard work and a lot of patience and your awareness of their shadow aspects and their flaws. Okay. It's almost like buyer beware. Like if you're going to go down this road, know what you're getting yourself into. Okay. Because yeah, there is this energy of they want to reconnect because they feel like they can build something. But should you give them another chance, it's going to be hard work all the way. It's going to be difficult. It's going to be trying. You don't necessarily know where it's going to lead. So be wise and trust your intuition. Always listen to your intuition. Your intuition will never guide you astray. Okay, so when we had how you're approaching the situation, you're standing your ground. So I feel like for a lot of you, you're not actually going to allow this person back in the same context as they were in your life previously. It's like that once bitten, twice shy. I know better than to trust you fully right now because you still, embody your shadow aspects. My eyes actually just went to the attachment card. So it's like the person that you're dealing with is very attached to the masks that they wear. They like people to see them a certain way. Okay, they have this perception of themselves. They don't even see themselves truly for what they are because they're too busy wearing masks and acting a certain way and playing the part. So please do stand your ground because you've been through a lot. Like whatever this person has put you through has created a lot of emotional and spiritual growth in you. And so do stand your ground, know your worth, and maybe set some really solid boundaries. If you are going to give this person another chance to come into your life and to have some sort of involvement in your life, then protect yourself from what you know can be a potential hazard in this connection. Okay. But I will just pull a clarifier on the Seven of Wands, please. The Nine of Swords, exactly. So stand your ground because you don't want to spend your time staying up late at night stressing and worrying about what this situation is doing or who this version of this person is this time, is what I just heard. So it's almost like this person wears so many masks. This, like, they're driven balls, I just heard. But they're basically, they don't know who they are. So unless you stand your ground, you're going to go back into that same chaotic energy of losing sleep and stressing about what's going on with this situation and being used and abused and manipulated. So please do not do that. Stand your ground. And do set some really solid boundaries. Okay, so moving on to you in your environment, the Knight of Swords. Can I clarify that, please, Mikey? Seven of Swords. Literally, it's the card of the immediate future. This is the card representing this person that you might be allowing back into your life, or you might already be connecting with this person. Okay. But yeah, Seven of Swords. It's like you need to speak your truth to this narcissist, okay? They want to make an entrance back into your life. You need to speak your truth. You need to actually tell them, hey, you know what? Last time that we connected, I was authentic and I was truthful and I was real and I was loving and I gave you my all. I gave my this friendship, this whatever it was, my all, and all you did was take advantage of it, use it, abuse it, take it for granted, slander me, pick up my faults. All you ever did was do that. If that is what the situation is, then speak it, because you know what? That is literally your experience. I really feel like this energy of the Knight of Swords is you finally having the mental clarity and the strength of heart, because you've been healing a little bit from this dynamic in the meanwhile while you haven't been communicating. But now it's like the message is you have this overwhelming desire to give them a piece of your mind and speak your truth. Then do it, because the only way to disarm a narcissist is to make them realize that you actually honor your own truth and your own feelings, regardless of what they feel or think. It doesn't matter what their truth is. Your truth is your own, and you need to do that. It's almost like this sword with the truth will cut down that narcissist in Seven of Swords energy. So you really need to, like, you've been through a lot. Like, even if you look at this card, okay, on the reins of the horse, there are butterflies there. Butterflies are significant of transformation. The things that you've been through and the trauma that this person caused you has had a lasting sort of impact on you, okay? And part of healing trauma and recovering from it is being able to speak your truth. And sometimes speaking your truth to your oppressor, the person who hurt you in the first place, is the most empowering, most beautiful thing that you can do, because you take away the power that they had from the initial trauma event where they held power over you and inflicted some sort of pain on you. So I really feel like you are going to fly into this situation, and this opportunity of your reconnecting and talking is so that you can truly speak your truth and say what you have to say. And if that means that at the end of it, you two shake hands and walk away or close the door on each other, then that's fine. But as long as you got to speak your truth and set your boundaries, because in your hopes and fears, you have the strength card. It's almost like you fear that you don't have the strength to do this. But call on your higher self, call on the angels, call on the universe for strength. Okay, even your ancestors, they are always with us. Because I feel like once you do this, you'll have this transition from the Knight of Swords energy into the Knight of Wands energy, where it's like this feeling of freedom and liberation, and you've come full circle and you finally defeated the monsters that were keeping you hostage, in a sense. Like, it's almost like the mental programming and the sadness that was inflicted on you had made you doubt yourself and have less confidence, because Knight of Swords is very brilliant with their words and things like that, but then the Knight of Wands is very flamboyant fire sign. Yes, out there, it's like, look at me, come on, everybody wants a piece of me, I'm so fucking amazing, I'm fire sign, all right? That's the big difference. Whereas this is the student type, and this is the world is my oyster, I am here for a reason, come get me, baby. And that's the big transition that this is going to make for you. And that doesn't mean that you're going to go out there and throw yourself at everybody. That's not what I'm trying to say. This is more about you standing in your truth and owning what you're passionate about, moving forward with confidence and strength, and knowing that the boundaries that you set in your life, the standards that you have in your life, they are your standards, because they come from a lot of experience and a lot of unfortunate events, even sometimes. Yeah, but you are who you are. So, I know I will pull a clarifier on the strength to see what else Michael might need to add. Okay, here I go. Anything to add to the strength card? Okay. What about the Knight of Wands, please? Clarify. Wow. Two cards fly at me. So I've got the Knave of Swords, which is the Page of Swords, and the Six of Swords. Yep, you can't write this shit. So, the end result is you standing in your truth and moving forward, like literally like your horse is on fire. that is only after you speak your message of truth and deliver the key that's kind of going to open this door so you can fly free away from this situation. Literally. The Page of Swords and the Six of Swords. Six of Swords is literally about you moving away from the drama, the chaos, the trouble of the past, the people, places, things that had caused you problems. And it's only after you truly start speaking your truth to this person and other people in your life. Because I really feel like you've been through the trenches, and whatever this situation was, whether this was narcissistic parents, this was a narcissistic partner, maybe friend, whatever it was, it has left a mark. And part of your recovery process is you speaking your truth, because we have a lot of swords energy here. It's like it's caused you mental trauma and anguish. And until you release this and you speak your truth, you will not be able to be free of the burden of this toxic dynamic I just heard. So, I'm not going to say any more about that. Since that was slightly heavy and slightly deep, I'm going to go into the Mystical Shaman Oracle deck, because it's a very shamanic feeling one. And I really hope that this reading makes sense. But remember, you need to take a leap of faith into being your true, authentic self. And that means speaking about your feelings from the heart in a loving way. Yeah, not in a cutting way, not trying to make other people feel bad or belittle them or be like, oh, yeah, you suck. you're the worst person on this planet. No, it's not about that. It's about speaking your truth with honesty and integrity, really. Okay, Archangel Michael, any mystical shaman oracle advice to add to this reading, please? I feel like one more. Is there another one there? Ah, nice one. Wow. Number 33, Magic. It was the third card out. Third card out is 33, so that's 333. Ascended Master Energy. Okay. Then we have the Serpent, number 46. And we have the Wild Woman, number 62. They both fell out upright. And, wow, okay, got 5 cards. And these two are in reverse, so that's the Medicine. But we have the Staff, number 51, and the Ghost Dance, number 22. Those are some beautiful cards. So, I'm going to read the uprights first, and then I will read your reversals. So, number 46 to start with. This is a card, and it says, the serpent is the life force of Mother Earth. The coiled serpent of the Kundalini brings passion, healing, and renewal. She offers us the fruit of the tree of knowledge in the Garden of Eden and reminds us to shed the past the way she sheds her tired old skin. Serpent comes to offer you the forbidden fruit that will set your passion and creativity free. That's the leap of faith, sorry. So, the serpent power of the Kundalini is stirring within your chakras, gently asking you to embrace its mystery. Shed the old skin that you have been so attached to and welcome the vulnerable pink underbelly that will bring you fresh experience in your life. Your passion and sexuality are awakening, and this can be scary. Trust the wisdom of serpent to transform your sensual energies into beautiful, original manifestations. See, that's interesting because the Knight of Wands energy is very much fiery energy as well. But it's about creativity, not about sexuality. Okay. Then we have number 62, Wild Woman. And that is the card. It says, when the Wild Woman dances into your reading, she reminds you of the essence of authenticity and freedom. Divested of all social constraints and cultural conformity, the Wild Woman holds up a mirror to your essential self, the true essence of who you are and who you are meant to become. She is a reminder of the bright light within each of us that gets dimmed by the restrictions imposed upon us by the expectations of society. She reminds us that in order to be fully present to life, we must uncover the light and let it shine brightly, regardless of the perceived consequences. Good advice. Okay, it says, when the wild woman comes to dance in your reading, you are invited to shine brightly and to know that your true self is being called out to engage the world. This is a symbol that your long held dream is beginning to take root and wants to be expressed. Your authentic self doesn't fit in a box, it needs the freedom to shine. It's time to have courage and step into the light. The wild woman says, shine brightly, dance with abandon, be yourself, and let the Great Spirit decide what happens. You'll be happy you did. That's a very, very beautiful card. It's like, own your authenticity, bring out your weirdness and uniqueness if you have to, because that's what makes you freaking amazing, and that's where it's going to magnetize the right people into your life. I feel like Soul Tribe are really starting to sort of come together, and it's from our quirkiness and our uniqueness that people are sort of drawn to us. So if we dim our light and we're not being our awesome kooky selves, how are they going to find us? That is the question. Then we have number 33, magic. That's your card. It says, this symbol represents the infinite intelligence of spirit that makes up the fundamental fabric of the universe. We experience the evidence of this magic through synchronicity or meaningful coincidence. When magic appears, you are invited to see the world through the eyes of wonder and awe, taking on the innocence of a child who knows that all things are possible. Infinite potential exists in the great mind, and you are being invited to call it in and recognize the dance in synchronistic events, signs, symbols, and omens given to you through the oracle of the ordinary world. This is a sign that Spirit is reminding you that you co-create your world in a sacred partnership. Your part is to dream, to intend, and to watch for the signs that show you what next action to take. Right now, it appears that you are on the right track to make your dreams come true. Great Spirit is listening and acting on your behalf. Pay attention. Magic gives birth to miracles. Okay, now let's move on to number 22, the Ghost Dancer. So this card was in the reverse, so it will have a slightly different meaning. I'll read that too. It says, the ghost dance of the American Plains Indians united the spirits of the living with those of the ancestors to bring peace to the world. When the ancestors are honored, they bring harmony to us. When we hold them responsible for all that is wrong with us today, they haunt us. Honor the spirits of the ancestors and receive their lessons and gifts. This includes honoring your own past lives. So the medicine is, if you are trapped in a vicious cycle of nostalgia, mourning a lost youth, or opportunities missed, it is time to make an altar for the ancestors. Collect a few photos, light some incense, offer sage, and open the windows of your house to release them to their destiny and to the wind. Be wary of being snared in a relationship with someone from a past lifetime, as the people we loved or hurt have a way of reappearing in our lives. There is no learning for you there anymore. Like, if I wasn't saying in the actual reading, you're wasting your time with this person, but your reconnection has been for a purpose, to teach you a lesson, maybe to also show you how much you've changed since the last time that you knew this person. Because there's always a higher purpose, yeah? Always a higher purpose to all this stuff. But the time for this connection is well and truly over. Okay, your final Mystical Shaman Oracle card is it's number 51, the Staff. And that is the card. And your message says, the staff is the symbol of authority. It holds the power to temper extremes. The staff helps you to find the right course of action, the way of the middle, and aids you to maintain your balance after you begin walking in that direction. Moses carried a serpent staff through this desert, and with it he could summon the power of nature to heal or to call plagues. The staff reminds you of the impermanence of all things, and that your authority must come from your deep longing to serve. So the medicine says, you are caught in the delicate balance between opposing forces, between masculine and feminine, between action and non-action. Use this to your advantage, as there can be no day without night, no low without high, no wrong without right. This is the time to take corrective action, beginning with your beliefs about what needs to be fixed or repaired. Let destiny take its course, nudging it slightly along. Could not write this stuff if I tried. Okay, I'm being told to pull some Wisdom of the Oracle cards to finish this reading off, so I shall. These cards truly have amazing wisdom. And regeneration is the first card that I see. Like, this is a card about healing after major events. It's like, you know, when a fire goes through a forest, the kind of healing that it takes a long time. So for those of you that this reading resonates, that you've had a person that has caused you immense trauma in the past, it's like you're slowly regenerating from that experience. So be gentle with yourself and remember that, but never let yourself go back there again. Okay, final messages. I think you, Michael. What do you have from the Wisdom of the Oracle? Okay, wow. So first ones out were 19, flexible, 34, a leg up, and number 12, a change in the wind. They're all amazing cards, so let us read them. So, because this is obviously about some sort of relationship connection, I will read the relationship message. Let's start with flexible. Okay. That is your card, and it says, teachability, open-mindedness, being adaptable without compromising what's important. A tree's roots are solidly planted in the ground, yet its branches can bend in a hurricane, whereas a rigid structure like a building would come crashing down. Consider how the tree remains supple and secure when everything around it may be in shambles. This is how you need to be now, willing to learn new things, teachable, malleable, yet firmly grounded in who you are. Common sense is important, but so is an open mind. Stay curious, stay open, stay aware. At this time, others will be more flexible with you too. So the relationship message says, in every relationship, it is important to be open to new experiences and learning new things. Letting go of rigidity is what's required right now. You don't always have to be right all the time, do you? It's okay to come to a happy compromise. You can still get your needs met. It's a beautiful day when you meet halfway. The appearance of this card in a reading could also signal that you have met someone new who may not be your type, but who will turn out to be so special that you can easily release your old ideas about what sort of partner is right for you. Be flexible. You'll be happy you made that choice. Okay. Now, number 34, leg up. So leg up says, receiving help, delegating authority, interdependence. You've come to a point where going it alone is no longer optimal for you. Life has a way of presenting you with the perfect people to align you with who can give you a leg up during this time. Help comes to you in all areas of your life where you need a boost. The trick is to accept that aid so freely given. When you embrace interdependence, allowing teamwork and independence to commingle, miracles happen. Now is such a time. Okay. Relationship message says, relationships that are healthy thrive on interdependence. It's important to recognize that you need others as much as they need you. You must allow people to support you just as you are there for them. There is a time to be vulnerable, to speak up about your needs, and to ask for them to be fulfilled. Trust you will be met with kindness and love. Don't expect others to read your mind, though. Ask and it is given. Very nice. And the final message for this reading is number 12. A lot of threes in here because we had 332 earlier. So very much the Ascended Masters are working with you guys. You can call on them. So final message is a change in the wind. It says, a sense that unseen change has been initiated, preparation for a storm, awareness that your plans are not on firm ground, feeling a shift, uncertainty about which direction the winds will blow. So it's human nature to yearn for certainty and resist change, to want the world to remain consistent like a zebra's stripes. Yet nothing in human experience is black and white, nor will anything remain static. The one thing guaranteed is change. Now is the time of transformation, as outer conditions are temporarily moving out of sync with your desires and expectations. Stay the course and remember that even storms serve to clear the air, scatter seeds, and nourish the soil for better days ahead. Life is about to get interesting. Anticipate it with curiosity as you wonder what is coming in on the shifting winds. The unknown is where the magic lies. Okay. Relationship message says, relationships go through periods where partners seem out of sync with each other. The stormy emotions and moods threaten to take down the ship. Perhaps someone has a change of heart and leaves. These rough seas offer opportunities for mutual growth, a way for you to understand your own heart better and to know what you need to be truly happy. Rest assured that whatever is happening now, good will come from it. Take temporary shelter and remove yourself from drama. The air will clear and everything will be fresh and new again. This too shall pass. Okay, I will say no more and send you some love and light until the next time. Take care, Cancer.